Hey guys, it's Olivia. Are you following us on Instagram? We're at Culture Clubb ATL on Instagram. Check us out. I know you watching.
What if it's too hard?
I'm gonna push through.
What if it's too rough?
I'm gonna push through.
What if it's too tough?
I'm gonna push through.
What if you're just too young?
That's not true.
What if you're not good enough?
That's not true.
Why? Because
I can do anything I put my mind to.
I believe in you.
Shut up.
Believe in yourself.
Hey, hi.
Tell me why.
We push through anything we put our minds to.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you guys for tuning in to A Connection TV, the one channel on YouTube where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences. And welcome to Culture Clubb. Like we do on every other video, we are going to state our names. And let's read real quick. Say, I think we did that one already. Say your name and your most terrible sexual experience.
Ooh, child.
Right to left.
My name is David, and my most terrible sexual experience, this guy was bottoming for the first time, and he had got himself all drunk and all high and all, sloppy to prepare for that. And he got on top of me, and he spilled his poppers all over me. And I was just like, get off me, do not do this.
Spill his poppers?
Yes, and I'm real sensitive to that smell, and it just gave me a headache out of this world.
My name is Chris, and my worst sexual experience, I don't know. It's just like it's like, how do you judge? Could have been somebody maybe came too quick one time, or like I got a phone call from my mom or something like that. But I don't have a particular one. Nothing jumps out to me.
Hello, my name is Olivia. And my worst sexual experience was when I was with this girl who did not tell me that she was not a touch me not, and I tried to go down on her, and it was like a fight and whatever. Not a fight, but like a struggle, if you will. And then she kind of like quasi farted in my face, and that was not pleasurable.
Did you scream?
I was in shock.
Just fell over.
Did you just die?
I was in shock.
Your body just froze.
It's just like,
I'm Wesley, and my worst sexual experience was when someone was so intrigued to meet Curtis, and it was one of those situations where I said, okay, finally, okay, all right. And then they were going down there, and it was just like the worst head ever. And I think Curtis was able to count how many teeth was in that person's mouth.
Pencil sharpener.
And I was just like, okay, yeah, let's stop. Let's not continue anymore.
Wow. My name is Raheem Brazil, and I don't like this question, but no, my worst sexual experience is I was dating this boy, and this particular night, we had sex, and we were both drunk, but he painted me, but not only did he paint me, he painted my sheets. And that was the worst, probably the worst, yeah.
Explain to viewers what painting means, sir.
Oh, you want me to go into detail? He shitted on my sheets.
Some of our viewers might
He
not.
shitted on me and my sheets, yeah.
My name Dontez and that happened to me before, but
Yeah.
I expect it to happen, but yeah.
Not the way this happened. This was like, you had to go.
All right, keep going. Too much.
That was
it. Your branding situation.
Yeah.
So the first topic of this particular episode is, why do people toy with your emotions instead of being honest within regards to what they want from you or want to do with you? We'll start with David. Do you toy? So stereotypically, stamping you look like the muscle dude that gets any guy that he wants and plays people, and you're not serious about monogamy or a relationship, and you're just a player, and you toy with people's emotions, and then you grab them, you fuck them, and then you leave. Are you that type of person?
No, of course not.
Hesitated. I sense some hesitation.
There was no hesitation. I answered the question. I said what I said.
Okay.
So why do people play with people's emotions? This is a good question. I think people want to kind of keep people where they are at an advantage. They don't want to level the playing field to potentially lose out on some benefit to that person. I think that is one of the reasons people play with people's emotions.
I personally feel like people playing with people's emotions is like the manifestation of like any level of imagination that we have. Like we talk to our friends and like, wouldn't it be nice if we did this or we went here? Like, and what would we do? How amazing would that be? And unfortunately, people actually end up doing that with another person, and they play into their fantasies of like what it would actually be like to be in a relationship with that person, and they toy with the idea of a relationship with that person without even being considerate of that person's actual feelings for selfish, fantastical reasons. So
I think people play with other people's emotions when, in one of two reasons. Either they have not explored their own insecurities, or they're trying to.
Yeah, I could vibe off that. The last couple of episodes I haven't been vibing with this one over here, but this particular episode I think I can vibe with that, what she just said. Yeah, there's really not much to say to that. I would add on a little bit and say that I don't think that you should play with or toy with anyone's emotions. I think that if you give off a like for someone or a love for someone, then it should exactly be that. Don't one day be like, I think you're cool, I think you're cool, I think you're great, and then the next day be like, why are you calling me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Know what you want when you get into a situation and be an adult about it.
I think people play with people's emotions because a lot of people are cowards. Point blank, period. I just feel like when you do like somebody, a lot of people won't bite the bullet to tell you, okay, I did like you or I was liking you, but right now I do not like you. Still, people won't say that to you. They'd rather distance themselves from you and then let you get the hint. And I think a lot of people do that. You know, you can go through the whole motions of, yeah, I like you, but a lot of people like the upper hand, just like he said. They like that advantage. They like for you to feel like you're chasing them. So.
So Dontez, why do you play with people's emotions?
I'm gonna say this. I would say most
Ooh,
men.
no, stop. Don't do that to my brother. Don't do it. Dontez, don't start talking before you, reply to that. Because he said, why do you play with other people's emotions?
I don't play with nobody's emotions.
Thank you.
This will happen. I'm the type of person. I feel like most men give signs. Whether they cheat in line, whatever the case may be, it's up to you for you to recognize it. Yeah. And people are blind to it. They see the signs, but they want to put a blind side to it. So to me, I'm saying, you can see the signs. It's up to you to.
Hell yeah.
Stop. You're victimizing. You're making the victim the wrong person. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I don't think people play with people's emotions. I think that you just got caught up in somebody's. You got hustled. If I say I like you, doesn't mean you might take it as I love you. That's on you. If I hug you to show compassion, you might think, oh shit, this nigga really like me. No, nigga, I'm just hugging you. So to me, I think it's your responsibility for the reactions you get.
So do you hustle anybody?
I would say that I know how to play with somebody's emotion, yes. But they know.
And why do you?
They know this. So
why?
it's still on
How do
them.
you know that they know?
I just don't think that's a wise.
That's crazy.
No, you don't get to talk.
But I don't feel
After
like
that
that answers
last
the why.
conversation, you have no conversation because the same thing he's doing right here is the same stuff that I'm talking about with that whole other situation we talking about in the last episode. Yes, it's the same thing.
No,
You
it's
get
not.
no rights to
No,
talk.
it's not.
You get no rights.
But I don't feel like that. I don't feel like that answers the why. I don't feel like you answered the why. I feel like you gave, the
why is
opposition
because
of it.
the why is the fact that I want you for whatever I want you for. So if I want to date you for your appearance, or I want to talk to you just for sex, so it's based on what you do.
So I see
So
something
why
in
don't
you
you
that I
disclose
like.
that to someone?
What you do is based on what you do. Your actions tell you.
So
It's
let me
up to
ask
you
you
to
this.
find out what it is.
So if you're not supposed to say it, if you're not supposed to say it, if you're not supposed to say it and they're supposed to know, then is the object of the game for you to be able to do it and then not know?
Since this is
Not
I'm
come
used
across that they know?
I'm used to being indirect. For the type of guys I mess with, it's not. You can't be direct. Like in Atlanta, you can't be direct here. But the most type of guys I previously mess with, you got to be indirect because they're not out or you don't know. I can't tell if somebody's gay. I don't have no gate on. I can't. So the only way I can try to holler at somebody by being not direct. Like saying, oh, I get shirt, man, where'd you get that shirt from? So that's a sign, maybe, hope you can pick up. I'm not saying that, but that's what I'm saying. So you can get the signs of somebody. It's up to you to accept it.
I kind of disagree with that, and I want to break your stupid law.
I see this.
Yes, I am. Sign, no sign. If you consciously know that you are not feeling somebody and you still let them come over your house, you fucking them down, kissing them all in their mouth, doing this and doing that, but you like, but the sign, I'm showing them signs that are, it doesn't matter. They already got it in their head.
Shut up. Stop talking. David, stop talking. Stop talking right now because you are contradicting yourself because you just sat there and said that when it comes to disclosing your status, you just said it's on a person to be able to come to the table and be protecting themselves.
I said it's on both
Lies.
parties.
I cannot.
Universe.
I can't today.
Play it back.
I cannot
Play it
today.
back. Play it
You
back.
can't
I said
sit
it's
here and put
equal
everything
responsibility
on this
both
man.
parties.
You can't. You
That's
can't
what
put
I
everything
said.
on this man.
And that's
in
different,
this
Miss
situation,
Olivia. That
it's
is
not
very- yes, it
different.
is.
Talking
Yes,
is
it
talking.
is.
No, but hold on.
That's a very different topic.
Stop
Let's stay on
it.
this
Stop
one.
it.
Hold on.
Stop it.
What
Stay
he's
on this
saying,
one.
let's be clear. What he's saying is you can't give someone all of this energy, all of this attention, which would then lead them to believe that you're liking them, and then in fact, in actuality, you're not liking them. That's what David is saying. So you should
I understand what the fuck he's saying.
You should not do
I
that.
understood everything he was
No,
saying.
but hold on. But if you,
And how
but
is that
how can
any
you,
different
but how
than
can,
not disclosing?
But how can no? But how can listen? Come on, because you are intelligent. How can?
I know I am. I'm highly. I'm actually genius status. I know. Did you check my IQ scores?
Listen. If you are look at me, please. Look at me, please. If you and I are talking,
Yes.
and you're clearly interested in me,
Yes.
and I'm clearly interested in you,
Yes.
and I'm giving you all this devoted attention,
Yes.
all this love, and
Yes.
everything is perfect, everything is
Yes.
great. There's not going to be a reason for you to ask about anything outside of what I'm giving you because you're receiving it. So then let's just say, okay,
No.
yes. How about
You made the
assuming?
assumption.
Thank
You
you.
made the assumption by yourself. No.
They're showing you X, no Z.
No.
That makes no sense.
The same way you can't be on both sides of this coin. You can't be on both sides of this coin because the same way that y'all just sat there and reamed me out talking about, well, no, we didn't have the conversation. You never asked me. It's the same way that you should ask that person. You should ask that person whether or not that person is really
Why
saying
are you going to
the same
ask
way.
somebody if they're always telling you, baby, this, that, this,
The same way that you should
they're always
ask someone,
showing
the
you
same way that you
they're
should
spending all
ask
this time
someone
with
their
you,
status.
Nobody's going to think to ask
You
them.
can't play both sides of this coin.
That's
You
crazy.
can't play both sides
Nobody's
of
going to
this
think to
coin.
ask them.
You can't.
I would like to
play
make a
both sides of
comment.
this
Hi,
coin.
I'm Chris. So I think, when you really think about when you're really vibing with somebody and like y'all have a great time together, y'all really enjoy each other. You enjoy them so much. The fact that y'all finish each other's sentences, y'all like the same music, and like just y'all vibe, and you know, oh, you want to get up today? Yeah, I want to get up today. Like things like that, like are special. And I don't feel like you can't like when you're in that space, you're not really questioning. Now up front, there may be a point. To some of to Olivia's point, at some I think, you know, when you're like really vibing with somebody and you may be like, I'm not stepping on nobody's toes, am I? You know what I mean? Because like I really like what's going on. I just want to make sure that is open.
Right.
You know, but I think that as far as like, do you have to like ask somebody like, are we like really taking this seriously? Well, obviously, we're spending so much damn time together. Like, but I feel like it's very important for us to not try to push what we're feeling and kind of accept what we're feeling. There's a difference.
This is why we have emotions, playing with people's emotions, because we don't know. We only assume. That's what the problem is.
Honestly, unfortunately, no shade, but unfortunately, I have to agree with Dontez, because if you're not...
the shade is only unfortunate.
All shade.
Unfortunately, all shade. No shade, but all shade.
Like,
The universe.
No, I'm sorry, David. You can't play both sides of this coin, darling, because you can't say in one situation that it is the person who is receiving's responsibility to be able to ask the question, have those conversations, and protect themselves before they get into a situation in the space of a bedroom, but we can't do it in the space of emotions. It does not coincide. Emotions are just as delicate as your physical well-being. They're both as delicate. You can't say that one is more important than the other, or it's not that big.
To add on to this real quick, because we can go all over the place with this topic. To add on to this, why is it so difficult for people to just say, I like you, I'm interested in you? Why is it difficult for people to do that?
And I don't think it's difficult. I think that I like women. Okay, so for right now, I'm dating a couple of women. I'm dating a couple. More than two. Okay. So, that being said, I can say that I like you, and I can also like another woman. And I like what they do for me. And I like the relationship we have. And so, for me, it is a responsible person for me to tell these women that I'm dating that I am dating. And I'm in the activity of dating. And I'm dating multiple people. Do other women do it? Do other men do it? I don't know. I don't care. I'm not responsible for that. But as a person who is dating me, you should be able to ask me questions. If you don't ask me, I don't know to tell you that, I rock with you, and what I'm saying to you is the truth. What I'm saying to you is the truth. I like you. I like our company. And just because I like you and I like our company doesn't necessarily mean that you my boo and you my only boo.
Okay,
Let's
so are you saying that it is your responsibility to tell somebody that, okay, you're dating multiple people? Okay, so I think the topic at hand is for those who aren't saying anything. You know what I'm saying? Because you as a responsible person.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
So if okay, say like you dating girl number one.
Right.
Y'all going out, y'all hanging out.
Right.
She don't know about girl number two, girl number three, because you haven't told her.
That's
so is
not
that
true.
her? Huh?
I've told her.
She said
no, I'm just saying. Let's just say you haven't. Just for a normal person.
Okay. That's like not disclosing your status.
Right.
That's
so is it their responsibility to ask?
No, it's not. It's not. And that's exactly what I'm saying.
Right.
Because we went through another conversation where I said, yes.
Why?
We went through another conversation.
That was a whole other episode.
We went through another conversation where I said it is the responsibility of the person who has the information to be able to disclose said information. It is my responsibility to tell you, I'm dating person 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's my responsibility. Because you are the person. I don't want you to be out there thinking that it's just me.
But that wouldn't mean
not.
you're toying with anyone's emotions.
I'm not toying with your emotions. I'm letting you know
this
what's
is for
good.
the people that.
But the question was, why do people toy with your emotions, and why is it so difficult to say that I like you? That's what we're leading on to now.
We're leading on to, but Dontez was saying, and then David came in and talked about some. Oh no, the victim, that's wrong, and I'm like, no, you can't say that. And so that's how we got.
I think you're trying to kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Yeah, because us talking about why you can't tell somebody who that you like them and like disclosing your feelings are like kind of in two different.
No, they're not.
Yes, they
No,
are.
they're not.
No, because when
No, they're not.
like if I don't tell somebody that I like them, is that an insecurity issue? Like, do I have personal feelings? Like,
If you're toying with someone's feelings, meaning that you are, and specifically the way I identify it, the way I understand it from the way that Dontez was describing it, is he's dating multiple people, and he does not, and he has this kind of code of.
What does that have to do with why don't I tell somebody I like? I mean, I can't believe what I'm hearing.
Go ahead.
You and Dontez honestly think that if you are kicking it with somebody for, I don't know, a year, dating, whatever,
Okay.
you're spending like 85% of your free time.
No, that's what you think.
That's what you
That's what you
think.
think.
That's an example.
That's what you think.
That's an example.
Because I got time. I got time.
Well,
That's what you think.
they're under the impression that you
That's why
You under your own impression. You under your own impression.
No. Nobody gonna be kissed in the mouth every fucking day, cuddled up with somebody every fucking day, and think that this motherfucker don't even fuck with me like that.
Check this out.
That's your
They're not.
Hello, beautiful people.
The one time I get out of it.
I check this out there. Let's say that me and you been talking for a year, right? And I tell you in the beginning, like, you know what, I don't kiss. I don't like kissing at all. I said like 6 months down the line, I just gave you a kiss. You gonna think I like you? You gonna think the kiss is
Same
changed?
thing. That's not what I'm talking
So
about.
I'm gonna bring a real life.
See what I'm saying?
I'm gonna bring a
You know
real
why?
life
Because you
example.
just told me you
I'm
ain't like
gonna bring
that, so why would you do something you don't like?
I'm gonna bring a
That's your
real life.
assumption. Maybe
I'm gonna bring a real life example to the table. Bold and blunt. Let's put your business out there.
Why you say
I'm
what?
gonna put
What you say?
I'm putting your business out there because the way that you're talking right now, it reminds me of a particular individual that I've been dealing with for the last 4 months, and it just pisses me off that people feel that they have the ability to just fuck with your emotions, and that's literally what you're doing.
No.
So case in point, hold on. So case in point, what I witnessed as a third party viewer at a club we went to on Friday, 2 individuals were completely engaged in one another. And looking at the situation, you would have thought that, okay, maybe they have history, maybe they like each other. No, they clearly attracted to each other because no third person could intermingle into the 2 of them. They were together, they came together, and they were on each other the entire night. And on multiple situations, they were dancing, grinding, ass rubbing, and all of that, and tonguing, French kissing, tonguing down all day long. So then we come to a situation today where both of them were supposed to be together at this viewing of Culture Clubb. One person's not there because I was told he decided to dip on him. So I'm gonna go back and say we are toying with people's emotions, and you should not do that. There is no realm at all you could exist in this world to sit here and tell me that it is okay for that kind of behavior. It is not okay.
You talking about me, so let me say this. First of all, you assume that we like each other. Maybe that's just what I want to do with that person at that time. That's what I want to do at that time. He was fine enough, attractive enough. I'm like, you know what? Let me try something different. Because maybe I got to do a little extra amount for that person. If you see a 7, you see a 10, maybe you got to work a little harder to get that 10 versus that 7. Right or wrong? You get what I'm saying? Everybody's different. If you see somebody, let's say an average person that's a 5. No, I'm not disrespecting anybody who's a 5. On a scale of 1 to 10. Let's say on 1 to 10 somebody's a 5. So you're not gonna put as much work into a motherfucker that's a 10. Right or wrong?
I can't.
Right or wrong? If somebody out your league, you're gonna put a little more work to get that person. No, yes you will. You're not gonna shoot. You ain't gonna shoot. You're not gonna shoot. Like, listen what I'm saying. You're not gonna shoot. Hold on. You're not gonna treat a thigh like you treat a church person.
Oh, I can't. I cannot.
Are you gonna treat them the same?
Oh my
Well,
God.
I mean, Dontez, regardless of where you see it,
So that's no.
why would you, if you know for your future, you don't want to be in certain situations with this person, you don't want them to perceive certain things.
Who say he
Why would
perceive?
you put on you? are
Let's
putting
proceed.
on. You said that you do what you do to get what you want, right?
I said I
You said
have.
Okay.
That's
Why would you play with that person knowing for your future you don't want to be in certain situations with them?
That's your assumption, bro.
No, it's
Well,
not.
people have
You
different
just
definitions.
said you do it
People have
intentionally.
definitions
That's
of
not
love.
an assumption.
Maybe that
Okay,
You just said
you're
you do it.
assuming,
Did
bro.
he not say that? Did you
You
hear it?
assuming
Who
that
heard
because you see you
He
have,
said
that's what I'm saying.
to get what
Wesley
he wants,
haven't seen
right?
me. Wesley haven't seen me did that.
Right.
Remember the first time I was talking to somebody, he never went to the club, and remember you thought, oh, Dontez used to dance and stuff like that. I didn't do that because he didn't respect that. We done. So when I got with this person, it's a different type of person. So we could do that. Doesn't mean that it's any different. Ain't no love is stronger or less. We're just a different person. I might do this way with this person, and I might do this way with that person. So it doesn't mean that I'm toying with somebody's emotions. I just do something different with this nigga versus that.
How is he not toying with somebody?
No.
You
Okay,
assuming that because I did a
You
different
do it
way.
to get what
So,
you want.
no,
That means
no.
you'll go to any end to get what you want.
No, that's not true. Let me side with Dontez here. I'm sorry. Let me side with Dontez here. So the reason why I would say that I agree with what he is attempting to articulate is because that I date multiple women. And when I date multiple women, you know, they have these ideas of who they think they are to me and what I know I am to them. And so, do I stop them from thinking the way that they think? In truth, no.
Wow.
I understand that I recognize that they think a little bit more than
So
what I think.
you allow them to stay in this space.
Albeit,
They crazy.
no. Let me finish defining.
I'm sorry. My voice
What I
is-
am saying is that I am saying A, B, C, D. I also know that they are hearing LMNOP. But I know I'm saying A, B, C, D. And I said A, B, C, D
Well, that's not
5 or
what
6
he said.
times.
No.
That is what he is saying.
He
That
said
is
get
what
what
he's
he
saying.
wants.
He's
To
saying
get
that
what
I'm
he
saying.
wants.
He's saying that I'm saying this, and
Look,
if you
Dave.
decide to take it, you decide to not take it. That's not my problem because I'm saying this, and you decided to do something
What
with it.
what is the point of this?
My point is, you might assume that we together like
Thank you.
based on
He's
what you
saying
see.
it. Assuming.
Doesn't mean that's what it is.
No, it's
So
what
you
you
might think
Thank
so.
you.
So if you would see me
Hold
with
on.
Chris and give him a hug, you know how this
Disclaimer
nigga-
time. Do not be kissing me in my mouth, holding hands with me,
Right.
skipping down the park,
Exactly.
all of this shit.
That's
That
how
you
it
don't
is.
really
I'm
fuck with me
saying
like that on
ABC.
that level.
I said ABC.
You're showing
I
actions
said
speak louder than
ABC.
words.
This is what I'm saying.
I
This is what I want to say. If we don't consider the fact that somebody else may really, really like that or enjoy that or see something within that, then that's just a very selfish way of dealing with somebody. And I think that that's indefensible. Just like we said earlier when we did our clip, the homo code, don't give your phone number to somebody unless you're really interested in talking to that person. Like, be considerate of how they may receive that message. We know we may be in a space, we may have just broken with somebody, we don't give a fuck, our song Cardi B on, I don't give a fuck, you can't fuck with me. We feel like that tonight. But at the end of the day, like, you have to have a little bit of a capacity to think outside of
Yourself.
You are unallowed, the two of you are unallowed to have that perspective with the fact that you decide that you feel like you cannot disclose at all times. You can.
Because of that, David, you just told people what to do to get you. What I'm saying is now people, listen to what I'm saying. You say that you need somebody, don't kiss you or hug your hand if you're not really serious. So now a nigga, now a dude that likes you or just want to fuck with you, he's going to do that just to get whatever he wants from you. Because you put it out there. So now you might think this nigga like you, but in the day he just wants some ass.
I feel like if
so
you
what I'm
give
saying
it-
is you just got to
So hold on.
I agree with that.
Let's
I feel like
hear
if you
from
give it-
Let's hear from Chris and Raheem, and then we'll change the topic because this can go all day.
Yeah, I definitely feel like if you giving me TAA, time, affection, and attention,
No.
then you and if you not sitting there telling me what it is at that moment, that look, I only want to toy around, we only having fun. If you don't tell me that, but you give me all this time, attention, you coming over late nights and kissing on me, doing all this stuff, you act like you in a relationship.
According to David and Chris,
and then you
it's
know,
their responsibility.
It's
It's
not
your
your turn.
responsibility.
Hold on, reclaiming my time. Yeah, I like that. But no, if you haven't told me that I'm only in this realm to have fun, and you sitting up here making me feel like that I'm the only one, and you haven't disclosed that information, you have told my emotions.
No, you basically own it.
All right, let me respond. I think it's really, it's selfish because listen, think about it like if someone was to give you I know. When you give somebody a gift and you're not serious with that person and you're like, you know what, I really can't accept this gift, this is too nice, you know what I'm saying? And then we think about how we have people out here who will take Black China, everybody, and take things, you know what I'm saying, on a level that is not really the reality in which they feel, and that's just fucked up. Like, don't take, if you're not going to take really nice gifts from someone, one of the nicest gifts people can give you is their time. And if you're
Play on both sides of this coin. You can't play on both sides of this coin. You can't say in one moment that I shouldn't be able to articulate and tell you that I'm not really feeling you like that. But then in the same coin, I don't have to disclose my status.
Wait, so what
you can't play on both sides.
What's that word you use with the D, starts with the D, a dichotic or something?
It's a dialectic. First of all, that's not a dialectic.
Yes, because
that's not a dialectic.
Okay, I'm gonna answer that. When you said about the gifts, you said about the gifts. You said good. What is a good gift and what is not a not good gift? Like, what do you somebody? You said if somebody give you a nice gift. So if I know that, to me that ain't shit. Let's say let's say I'm a millionaire and I just want to fuck, I want to buy you a car. So in your mind, this nigga really like me, he bought me a car.
Exactly.
That's your assumption again, nigga, because you thought.
Thank you.
You thought that I like you. To me, that ain't shit to a nigga like me. I'm just saying if I was a one-time nigga. I'm sorry.
Because people complained about that.
You know what?
So what I'm saying is that's your assumption. I'm not playing with your emotions. You play with your own because you assume that I like you more based on a gift.
You know,
so I'm gonna say, okay. So let's
wait, because he came from me. You're not going to use millionaire. Top zero.
Well, whatever. No, wait a minute. That's good for you. That's why I asked you
what's good for you? What's good for your argument? You're not going to use 0.1% population type of rare situations to justify the normal situation when it comes to people. Not everybody out here is going to buy you a car and feel like it's okay.
Yeah.
So from my grand scheme of things, when I go out here in these streets, I'm not going to be hoping that somebody buys me a car. I live in a realistic space that thinks that if somebody gives me some time, you know what I'm saying, that means something in my
time doesn't mean that I like you either. That's what I don't get what you're saying. That's why I asked you, what is the biggest gift? What is a good gift to you? Because a good gift to you.
So here's my question, because this is very disheartening. This is extremely disheartening.
Real, bro.
This is disheartening.
No. I'm saying that it is because you're giving out this energy, and regardless of what we want to paint it could be black, it could be yellow, it could be red. At the end of the fucking day, you're giving someone this fucking energy.
Okay.
So yes, like you said before, there is a certain level of responsibility because you're giving that energy out. Hold on. So that's I'm also explaining the difference between the two because you keep going back to 5 episodes ago. Listen, you're giving this energy out, and the fact that you're able to give this energy out,
giving something to someone else.
Hold on.
Let me. The fact that you're able to give this energy out to someone and not have it hold any kind of weight or responsibility is very disheartening because as human beings, we connect with one each other through feelings, emotions, and touch. So you're just saying you can just do whatever and whatever, and if you feel that way, you feel that way. Not my fault. Or you shouldn't have felt that way.
No, that's what I said. I said that people.
You should have had your own protection to walk in. You should have had your own protection for yourself to walk in to the situation.
So I'm gonna tell you right now.
It has to be equal both ways.
I feel like because
it has to be equal. Stop. I can't.
No, because
what I'm saying is that the same way that it is the person's responsibility
is the same
way
Why is
That
she?
is
Why
the
are you
same
stuck on this?
America, I am stuck on it, and I will stay
She's stuck
on
on
it.
something that we didn't even.
It's not
I'm
fair to
stuck
watch
on
the
it.
episode. You'll see
It is fair. It's very fair.
It's not fair to the rest of the episode. If you want to watch the previous episode, you can watch the
It is very
previous
fair.
episode.
It's very fair because you can't be on one side of the coin and then be on the other side of the coin.
Okay.
You can't. What I'm
So
saying
let's
is
close off
very
on this
fair.
topic. Let's
All
close
right.
off on this topic.
Feelings
So
change.
let's
status
start
don't.
from-
So that's
Feelings change,
let's-
but status don't.
Yes.
Come on.
Let's start from the left
Come
side of
on.
the table and close off on this topic.
It's still irresponsible.
Dontez.
number.
It's both of them are irresponsible.
Jesus. Lord. Close off to the camera, not to us, on your wavelength on toying with people's emotions and holding the responsibility or the lack thereof of saying, simply articulating to someone that you like them. Go ahead.
I don't know how to answer that question, but I just want to say something real quick. Hold on, let me say something real quick. And, I understand what Olivia is talking about because this is why a lot of people who are catching HIV because they're not telling their stats. So we need to change that. So no disrespect to anyone who had HIV. We're not saying that there's nothing wrong with having HIV, but it is something wrong not disclosing that you do have HIV to give them the opportunity to say, yes, I will still have sex with you. So I understand that. That's one of the reasons why we have an epidemic, in my opinion. For it's two, I can't help if I do something that you think is love. If I do something, if you think it's love, that's not my problem. That's your problem. Like you just say, a gift. To me, if I just give you a gift, doesn't mean that I like you. It is I gave you a gift because whatever case may be. That's your assumption that I like you more than what it is. Be honest and tell yourself. Ask me the question. But you won't get the answer. I'm gonna show you signs. It's up to you to take it or not. It's on you. Don't blame it on me. I'm playing with your emotions. No, I just knew that you supposed to. My opinion is you want to learn your man, you need to earn your man. So what I'm saying is, if I know that you like shit, the shit I'm gonna do to get you, I'm gonna do that shit. And you might think, oh, yeah, this nigga like me. So that's my point. What I'm saying, you might
Let him close off. Let him close
so
off.
you saying that I'm playing with your emotions.
You see an opportunity
Let him
and
close-
you take
let
it
him close off.
regardless of who it's
Let him close
No,
off.
let him close off.
End of the day,
That's fine.
we show signs. It's up to you to receive the signs. End of the day.
All in all, I feel like if you have a liking for someone, if you're interested in someone, like I said, you give them that TAA, that time, affection, and attention. Because whatever you love, whatever you enjoy in life, period, you focus on. You put that time in. You don't sit up here and not focus on something that you don't like. You just pay it. At the end of the day, if you're not, I think it's an equal thing. You should be able to ask somebody yes, but at the end of the day, you should also be able to communicate your feelings openly. You know, if you are feeling someone, if you're not feeling someone, people should just know.
This was a very interesting episode for me because I am dealing with someone that is basically like the two of them and their mindset and how they act or interact and have been acting with me. It's my time. So I'm leaving today because this is our last episode. I'm really leaving today disheartened and really thinking that I should no longer waste my time in general with the masses, because if people typically think like this, it's disgusting to me. And so for me, like, I'm really in like on some serious shit, Olivia, on some serious shit. Like after we cut this film off, like I'm gonna be like, fuck everybody, fuck all dudes, fuck cause like for someone to operate in that capacity, really like it boils me up. Because if I could sit down, watch TV, cuddle up, all booed up, you buying me this, I'm buying you that, we kissing here, we having sex, we're intimate, you tell me to my face, I really like you, I'm interested in you romantically, all this extra shit, and I'm not supposed to feel some sort of way, I'm not supposed to think that there's a possibility, it's my fault that I'm feeling this way, fuck out of here. That shit does not make sense to me.
Exactly.
So if people operate that way, then that just basically told me that I need to be single, I need to be left, I need you to fuck alone, don't even wait. Because the next person that walks up to me, I'm gonna laugh in their face and say, fuck you, stop bothering me, leave me alone, because all y'all niggas are the same. Sorry for using the N-word. But that just really irked, this whole episode just irked me. And I'm very turned off at the fact that they're able to even say those words. Because one has nothing to do with the other.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so What I will say is that I appreciate your perspective, Dontez, and I don't agree with you on this stance.
Okay.
I don't agree with you on this stance because the same way that I can be on our other episode, the same way that I can be so stern and so steadfast in communicating where we are, what's happening, and what's going on, is the same way that I can be steadfast in the same communication. I feel as though, regardless of whether it's people's emotions or whether it's people's physical situation, I feel like it all should be disclosed. If I'm dating someone else, it should be disclosed. If I am positive, it should be disclosed. Everything should be disclosed when I'm dealing with another person, so they have a choice to be able to continue on with me, understanding what my position is.
Okay.
That is what I'm saying. So if I'm telling you, yes, I enjoyed my time with you. Yes, I enjoy. Please believe it and accept it and receive it, that is truth. There's nothing that separates that. Yes, I enjoy the time I spend with you. There is a woman that was here earlier. I enjoy her time. I love spending time with her. I love doing a lot of things with her. And I'm also dating other people. I let her know that. I'm dating other people. Just because I'm dating you and I'm enjoying spending time with you does not negate the fact that I'm doing these other things. It doesn't. In the same way that we should be so stern and upset, these three, about how, oh, why didn't you tell me? We should have that same position.
It's 4 of us.
We should have that same position on letting someone know your status.
Okay.
We should have that same position. I'm not done. We should have that same position on that. You can't play both sides of the coin. You can't say, oh, Dontez is wrong now because he doesn't say anything, but then before it was like, no, Dontez is still wrong because I shouldn't have to be shamed and da-da-da. No, they both work the same way. Emotional health is still health. Physical health is still health. They're both the same thing. You can't play one side of
I
the
hope I didn't
coin.
have this much time to talk.
Go ahead.
Hey, that makes sense.
Child.
What you just
I
said,
think-
it makes sense.
Child,
It
go
makes
ahead. They both the same thing. You can't shame somebody. Go ahead. You can't shame somebody. You can't shame him because he decides he doesn't want to say something, but then you want to shame him if he doesn't have a status or if he does have a
Okay.
status. No, it's wrong. They're both wrong.
I want to talk to my viewers at home who I know you're out there and you're frustrated right now. Okay? Take responsibility for what you allow in your life and what you put into other people's lives. Take
Yes.
responsibility for who you want to be, how you want to be seen, and the type of people that you want to deal with and you want to be around. That is your personal responsibility. Your health is your personal responsibility. Who you allow in your life is your personal responsibility. And if you happen to unfortunately run across other people who are going to take advantage of the fact that you are a nice person, do not let that make you feel like you did something wrong, because there are other people who are trying to capitalize on the things that you are willing to give in spite of the fact you know that they're out there. Do good regardless. Be a good person regardless. Be nice regardless. And aspire to still have the same values when it comes to time, affection, and attention. And don't think that something great can't come from that, because time is the most valuable thing you can give somebody. There are people out here who are willing to skirt the line and blur the disclaimer and just, well, that may not mean this or that for me, but that is a small population of people. And trust me, that mentality is not the mentality that anyone's going to aspire to want to be with. It's not going to be the mentality of anything great that's going to come, that's going to change society. It's not going to be anything, the curve of society and goodness bends towards people who actually are good people and do things with the right intentions. And so I want to speak specifically to people and just say that be responsible for who you are, be responsible for your own health, and don't allow people who are willing to take from you because you're willing to give to make that feel like you should be of caution to them, because the fact that you do that on a mass scale is you're going to reap so much from that, from being a good person. Stop. People want to pick and cherry pick where they sow their good seeds, or where they want to like invest the most, instead of just aspiring to have a good disposition overall. And then they like to cherry pick people and feed on people who are maybe weak, or who may not be able, you know what I'm saying, to defend themselves emotionally because of what they are, because they're of a higher understanding, or whatever the case is. But that's some BS. So
that sounds like you're a victim of your own argument. But go ahead, David.
Listen, and that type of stuff too as well, where someone else has the floor and has the ability to say what they're going to say. Don't allow anyone to come in behind what you're saying and feel like that changes. So when you recognize that someone comes in behind what you're trying to say and tries to shift and change what you're trying to say, that is a reflection of somebody else's
There's no shifting or reflection.
Yes, because you respond and you talk about things that you care
You say
about.
cherry picking, and I feel like you are cherry picking. Therefore,
You don't speak about things that you don't care about, okay? So when I'm talking about something that I care about, the only reason you care about it enough to say something is because you feel like it impacts something that you said. And for me to just talk about what
that's actually incorrect.
Well, that's why I say I'm having a personal conversation with the viewers right now, okay? So that's something that I want to take away to that one person who does not wish for this point of view to be talked over or changed. And everyone else can have, you know, however they're going to be received.
Merry Christmas.
Hey viewers, so the thing is, the reason why I disagree with Dontez and Olivia, because earlier Dontez said you do what you do to get what you want. I take that as you go through any means necessary to get what you want from this person.
But Olivia didn't say
that. I have friends.
Olivia didn't say that.
I have friends that will sleep with you, wake up in the morning, cuddle with you, that you cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner for them, and then turn around when they're not around like, oh, this nigga get on my nerves. I'm like, motherfucker, he think y'all married. So it's not that person's fault that you're giving them all that time.
Yeah, because you assume that was
it's not that person's fault, because you have a choice not to do that. You have a choice to say, hey, you know, this is just a wham bam, thank you ma'am type of situation.
But what's that person do that to everybody you meet?
David?
What do you do that to everybody you meet?
Let him finish.
I'm just saying, that person does it to everybody you meet.
No one said anything when you spoke.
They did.
No one said anything when Olivia spoke.
Two lies.
It doesn't matter if you do it to everybody you meet, if you do it to one specific person, that person, this person, it doesn't matter. It's not that person's fault that they feel like this, and you shouldn't be acting like, oh, I can't even believe that you think that this was anything more. We've been kicking it for like a year.
That's frustrating. I cannot. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do this. Because the same way that you sat here and said, no, I don't care.
I'm not
because
done.
the same way that you sat here and said,
no. Y'all viewers, when you see the episode and see that I did not say that.
I'm not going to do this. You just sat here and said, you sat there and victim shamed somebody for 20 minutes. And you going to sit here and try to be the victim? I can't. If you going to stay in the same position, stay in the same position. Don't go back and forth. You being a victim right now saying that's not fair. Like I can't. You just saying something, well that's not fair.
Relax.
It's passionate
because something's not fair. This is my own victim.
Yeah.
You're sitting here saying.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do.
It's not about being right. It's about presenting your opinion and letting other people think outside of what they're going to say.
Relax, move side.
You know, that's
Lord
it.
Jesus.
It's not about being right.
I'm not trying to be right. I'm just saying that you can't play both sides of the coin.
There are many people that are going to agree or disagree with everyone on here. You have that right and that ability to do so. Whatever you grab from this episode, take it and run. This is A Connection TV, and we have got similar connections despite our differences. Thank you for tuning into Culture Clubb. Love you.
The same way that you sat here and talked about, well, y'all didn't have that conversation. Well, it's your responsibility to say, da 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 da. It's the same way that you get no rights to say that Dontez is wrong. You get no rights. You get nothing. I'm staying on the same side of the coin.
I said what I said, but that wasn't it.
I stay on the same side of the coin. You need to tell somebody about their emotional health. You need to tell somebody about their physical health. You going back and forth. You flip flopping. You a flip flop. I can't with the flip flop. No. Lies. I sat here and said lies. I sat here and said the same way that you don't get the right to say that he's wrong is the same way that you don't get the right to say that I'm wrong. Both ways. I stayed on the same side of the coin.
Well, you should
the
stay
same
on the
way
same topic
that I
because it's
should
two
say
different
something.
topics.
I should say
It's
something
the
to the
same-
bitches I
it's the
date.
two different
Like, yo,
topics.
no, they're not two different topics.
Yes, they are.
It's health. It's health.
Health
It's someone's
and dating.
well-being. You should disclose at all times.
Nobody
Whether
said
it's-
you shouldn't
whether it's
disclose.
emotional
Nobody
health,
said you
whether-
shouldn't disclose.
Yes, you
That's
did.
not what
Yes,
I
you
said.
did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you
I
did.
said you should take responsibility
Stop,
for your own
stop.
personal
I cannot,
health. Not
I
put
cannot.
your personal health on a stranger.
I cannot.
Why would
cannot.
you do that?
It doesn't
Why not put
matter.
your
It's
personal health on
emotional
a
health
one-night
and physical
stand,
health. I
on a drunken
cannot.
fuck?
You
Why
don't
would
make
you
no
do
sense
that?
right now.
Why
You on
would you
both
do
sides
that?
of the coin.
That makes no
You
sense.
real whack.
Why would you do
You
that?
real whack.
Why would you
You
do
a
that?
whack attack.
Why would you do that?
You a
Reclaiming
whack
my
attack.
time. Reclaiming my time.
I don't care. You
Reclaiming
can
my
reclaim
time.
everything you want because don't nobody want that motherfucking time. Everybody is
can't have
against that.